He was raised in the shadow of Kurita banners, where obedience meant survival and ambition meant outshooting the boy next to you. From his first breath, Oliver Klinger was told he'd serve, that the Combine was unity, that bushido was purity, that their enemies were chaos made flesh, and he believed it. By 16, he was a rising mech warrior cadet. By 19, assigned to a security detail on the edge of Combine space. But that detail was a sterilization op, clearing out rebel settlements. The targets weren't soldiers. They were families, schools, whole communities wiped out under DCMS fire. Oliver followed orders until one village. His commanding officer, a man he once admired, ordered him to level a suspected safe house. No weapons, no resistance, just civilians running. Oliver hesitated. The CO pulled rank, said Bushido demanded it. So Oliver fired, then vomited in his cockpit. He didn't sleep that night, didn't eat the next day, just stared at the HUD, trying to recognize the man who pulled that trigger. A week later, he slipped through the perimeter during a comms blackout and vanished. But desertion doesn't go unanswered in the Combine. They sent hunters, black-clad loyalists with standing orders, bring him back or bring him down. So he ran. He stowed away on a cargo dropship headed toward Lyran space, changed clothes, changed his name, found day work, drank in silence, and tried to forget what he'd done and what he hadn't stopped. But the Combine has long arms. One night, in a dive near the port, they found him. 3 DCMS operatives, calm, armed, dead certain. They didn't shout. They just walked in and said, "Come quietly." Oliver stood halfway before one chambered around. That's when it happened. Ripper was at the bar, mid-joke with a redhead when he saw the guns and saw Oliver's face. He grinned.
"What the hell?"
he muttered.
"Bar fight it is."
10 seconds later, 2 agents were bleeding. One was unconscious, and the bar was a wreck of glass, splinters, and smoke. Ripper stood in the middle, shaking dust from his jacket, beer in one hand, Oliver by the collar in the other. Oliver didn't speak, just backed toward the exit, wide-eyed and shaking. Then Ripper called out,
"You gonna run again, kid?"
Oliver froze.
"'Cause if you are,"
Ripper said, tossing a crumpled napkin onto the bar.
"make it count this time."
The napkin was soaked in beer, but the ink held. Coordinates, a jump schedule, and a name scribbled at the bottom, Hell's Anvil. Oliver looked up. Ripper was already heading for the door.
"You want to die alone, be my guest.
He muttered.
But if you've still got fight in you, we've got a berth to fill."
Then he was gone. Oliver stared at the napkin. He could have dropped it, could have disappeared again. But something in Ripper's voice, some reckless defiance, cut through the static in his head. He didn't sleep that night. Thought about running, again. But the truth was, there was nowhere left to go. So at dawn, with nothing but a threadbare duffel and too many ghosts, Oliver showed up at the hangar. No mechanical, no backup, just a name on a bar napkin, and a fire he couldn't put out.
He was forged in fire beneath Kurita's gaze, trained to serve, not question, never stray. A prodigy in the art of war, with bushido etched into every core. They said the Combine's will was fate, that doubt was weakness and mercy hate. But even steel begins to crack when it sees what can't be taken back. He followed orders, burned the town, then stared as his whole world fell down. Now he runs where shadows fall, no banners left, no code to call, just a name the wind won't claim, a ghost with fire and no one to blame. Came in silence, armed and sure, to drag him back or make it pure. But fate was drunk and cracking jokes, a bar fight lit by river smoke. He left him with a crumpled plan: run again or make your stand. No mech, no allies, just a name, and something in him burned in shame. He watched the sun rise through the grime and stepped into a life not yet defined. Now he runs where shadows fall, no banners left, no code to call. Just a name the wind won't claim, a ghost with fire and no one to blame. And wide, he walked in silent, dead inside. No salute, no marching pace, just a duffel and a weathered face. But something in the way he stood spoke louder than his shattered good. He didn't ask if he belonged, he just hoped he wasn't wrong. Hell's Anvil watched and let him stay, a soul to burn, to run away. Now he stands where shadows fall, one banner left, one code to call. Just a name the wind might claim, a ghost with fire and no one to blame.